So today we are going to see about this producer surplus. So we know that surplus means the extra. Surplus means extra. So producer surplus means what is available with the producer extra after meeting his need. So producer produces goods like our food grains or vegetables, fruits, many things he is producing. So he has to meet his own consumption need. So for that the food is required. Food grains or vegetables or fruits he has to consume. So after meeting his own need and his family need, the rest of the portion only will come to the market. So that is called as producer surplus. So producer surplus is the portion of output available with the farmer after meeting his own family and farm needs. So which is brought to the non-farming population, that is us. So for the non-farming population, only this producer surplus is available. Then farmer need a portion of output. For what purpose he is using? For his own and family consumption. For his own consumption and his family consumption. For example, when he is growing paddy crop, so he has to meet his own need. He has to consume rice, and his family has to consume rice. For that, he has to allocate some quantity for his family, and also he require a part for farm needs such as seed purpose. So the paddy can be stored for seed purpose or to repay the borrowed farm products. So we know that farmers borrow seeds or other things from neighbor farms, then they have to repay it when they harvest. Then as real wages also it is required. So real wages in the sense the wage will be given as kind. So as the product it will be given. So when the laborers work in the farm, they give paddy as wage instead of the money wage. So this is the purpose the farmer need the production, the product. So apart from this, rest of the production reaches the market. That is called as the marketable surplus or producer surplus. So producer surplus means it is the surplus after meeting the producer's need, his own need, family need, and his another socio-religious needs. So after meeting these needs it reaches the market. This only creates the purpose of market. If there is no surplus for the producer, the production is just enough to meet his own and his family consumption and farm consumption, the rest of the things cannot reach market. So the producer surplus is essential for operation of markets. So here we are going to see about two concepts, that is marketable surplus, marketable, how much the farmer can sell, and marketed surplus. Marketed surplus refers to how he how much quantity he actually sold. So actually sell. So these two we are going to see in this class. So marketable surplus. So marketable surplus is similar to our producer surplus. Marketable. So ability to market. So marketable surplus is the residual left with the farmer after meeting his family consumption, farm consumption, and social and religious payments. Okay, so this is the marketable surplus. For example, when the farmer is producing 100 quintal of paddy. Okay. For his family consumption, farm requirement, social, religious payments, he need some 20 quintals. Let's assume that he need 20 quintals of paddy. Then the marketable ability to market is the difference between them. So the total production is 100 quintals and his requirement is 20 quintals. Therefore, 80 quintals are the producer, sorry, marketable surplus. So it is calculated by the formula MS equal to P minus C. MS represents marketable surplus, P represents total production, and C represents the total requirement or total consumption. Okay. So in this case, 80 quintal is marketable surplus. That means he can market 80 quintals of paddy after meeting his own need. Then marketed surplus. So there is another concept called marketed surplus. So it is the quantity of produce which the farmer actually sells in the market, irrespective of his requirement. So the farmer sell his product irrespective of his requirement. So irrespective of his consumption, farm requirement, social religious payments. Okay. Here we have two situations. The same 100 quintal paddy has been produced by the farmer, but if the farmer is wealthy and same farmer need 20 quintal, okay, for his own consumption and farm consumption and everything. Okay. But if the farmer is wealthy, he can store the product. Instead of 80 quintals of marketed surplus, he can sell less than 80 quintals, maybe 50 quintals or 40 quintals, like that. So, the situation, so this situation is for wealthy farmer or large farmers. But in case of marginal farmer, the what they will do, they will not have this 20 quintals itself. They will not have for their family consumption itself. To meet the urgent need, to meet the urgent loan repayment, they will sell more than this 80 quintal, more than the marketable surplus. So like 90 quintals, 95 quintals, some cases 100 quintals also. So that is called as distress sale or forced sale. So the farmer is not willing to sell, but he is forced to sell to meet the urgent requirements. So this situation is called as the distress sale. Okay, so this happens when the marketed surplus is higher than the marketable surplus. Okay, so we will see these situations now. So there are three situations. In first situation, we can see that the this one is marketable surplus. The capital MS represents marketable surplus. So market ability, based on the ability to market, and then small ms represents the marketed surplus, what he actually marketed. Okay, so the marketable surplus will be high, but the marketed surplus will be low. So that means he can store his product. So actual marketed product will be very less. So it is in the case of large farmers. They have retention capacity, or the farmer with multi-diverse crop. So if one crop is not going well, he can uh, he can um, compensate with another crop. Okay, so this situation prevails among large farmers. Then the second situation where marketable surplus is less than marketed surplus. Sorry, yes. Then in this condition, marketed surplus is high. So the ability is only 80 quintals, but the farmer sold more than 80 quintals. So that means distress sale. So he is not meeting his own need itself. So that causes distress sale. Okay, then this situation, the third situation occurs so when marketable surplus is equal to marketed surplus. So it is a neutral farmer or large farmer. So this is common among the perishable goods. So the farmer, he can't store his products. So whatever the marketable surplus after meeting his need, he will sell it in the market. And for non-food crops like cotton, jute, etc. So they will not store it. So it is not going to be consumed. So they will sell the marketable surplus as such. Okay. So these three situations are prevails in our country. Okay. Then factors affecting marketable surplus. What are all the factors affecting marketable or producer surplus? So, how this producer surplus available to the market is affected by different factors like size of holding. So, if the size of holding, land holding is small, means the production will be less. When the production is less, the marketable surplus or producer surplus will be less. So, this has positive or direct relationship between the size and marketable surplus. So when size of the holding increases, the marketable surplus will increase. Then production. So due to use of high yielding varieties or technologies, so the production can be increased. So since production can be increased, the producer surplus also can be increased. This also have positive relationship. Then price of the commodity. So it is the major criteria. So when price increases, the farmers will bring their product to the market. So this also has positive relationship. So when price increases, the producer surplus increases. Then size of the family. When size of the family is higher, the producer surplus will be low or marketable surplus will be low because they consume more. So the available to market will be very less. So this has negative relationship between the market surplus and the family size. Then farm requirement. So if the farm is higher or farm requirement is higher, so this will also reduce the marketable surplus. So this also has negative relationship. Then nature of commodity. So if it is durable, so it has negative relationship. If it is perishable, it has positive relationship. So if it is non-food crop, it is having positive relationship. So based on the nature of commodity, the producer surplus is influenced. Then consumption habit. So whether they are consuming the products that they are producing. So in case of Punjab, we can see that they consume wheat crop mostly. So the rice is available to the other parts of the country, um, as that of producer surplus or that of marketable surplus. So this consumption habit, if they consume more rice, the ma- producer surplus or marketable surplus will be low. Now, this apart from this, all this criteria, one major criteria the farmers will always think of is the price. So it is very economical criteria. So let's see the price and marketable surplus. So the person studied the relationship between the price and the marketable surplus, and they have come up with two situations. One is there is positive relationship, and another one is there is negative relationship between price and marketable surplus. So VM Dandekar and Raj Krishna have studied in Indian market, and they have found that the price, as the price increases, the marketable surplus also increases. So this is a normal situation only, since the farmers are price conscious. When the price increases, they automatically sell their product in the market. They will bring their product to the market. So this is common. Then PN Mathur and Ezekiel, they have studied our market, and they have found that when price increases, the marketable surplus decreases. So in where the assumption is the farmers have fixed cash requirement. That means the farmer need 1,000 rupees per day. So fixed cash requirement. If the farmer need 1,000 rupees per day, when the price is higher, the product, let's say that he is selling tomato. So he is selling tomato at rupees 10 per kg. So now it is rupees 10 per kg. Okay. Then he has to sell 100 kilogram to get 100 rupees. Sorry, 1,000 rupees. So today he has to sell 100 kg to get 1,000 rupees. Okay. So tomorrow, when the price goes down, that is rupees 5 per kg, then he has to sell 200 kg. So the marketable surplus increases when price goes down. So, or else in another word, we can tell that when price increases, the marketable surplus decreases, because he does want only 1,000 rupees per day. So when he has fixed cash requirement, so there is no need of selling high quantity. So this is mostly happens in food grains where they can store their product and they can sell it. So selling behavior of our farmer, it is also depends on some factors like financial condition of the farmer, whether he is immediately in need of finance, so to meet his already availed loans or to meet his urgent needs, like that. Then nature of commodity, whether it is perishable. Perishable means he will immediately sell it, or durable means he can store it. Then marketable surplus, based on is the marketable surplus. Then binding of farmer to middleman. So and middleman, when farmer purchased a product from, sorry, loan from a middleman, then he has to sell the product immediately to the middleman. So there is no other choice. Then development of marketing institutions. So when there is marketing institutions available in the market, available in the area, the farmer will go for selling. Then transport and the infrastructure facilities. So if it is there, the farmer will sell their product. So across the states, across nations. Then market information. So this also influence the farmers. When they know that the price is going to rise, they will store the product, or when they know that the price is going to be low, they will sell their products immediately. So this is done by market intelligence cell. So market intelligence cell will tell them that whether the price is going to rise, or whether the price is going to be low. So based on the previous data, price forecasting. Then government policy. The government policy also will enable the farmers to immediately sell their product or to store the product. So when they start a new uh, business or new ventures for agriculture commodities, the farmer can store the product for higher prices than the weather condition at the time of harvest. So it has to undergo some processing like drying and separation of grains from the main product. So this will take time. Then packing material and destination market. When packing material is available, they will neatly pack it and store it. So if it is not available, they have to sell it immediately. Then destination market. If it is nearby, so they can sell it. So if it is at longer destination, they can store it and sell it later. So these are all the situations that influence the selling behavior of our farmer. So let's see what we have seen today is the producer surplus. So what is producer surplus means? The available output with the farmer after meeting his need, that is extra from the farmer to the non-farming population, that is to the consumer. So it is classified into two. So one is marketable surplus and another one is marketed surplus. So marketable means what the farmer can sell in the market. So it is can sell what ability what can be sold. So it is actually how much he has uh, sold in the market. So it may be based on his capacity, or it is extreme capacity, or both cases. So the relationship between marketable surplus and marketed surplus. So we have seen this first situation. Marketable surplus is always higher than marketed surplus, based on the big farmer. So small farmers, this situation prevails. For perishable commodity, this situation prevails. Then relationship between price and marketable surplus. So there is positive relationship and negative relationship. So negative relationship in case of fixed cash requirements, and positive relationship when farmers has price conscious. And we have seen about the selling behavior of farmers and the factors influencing. Okay, thank you.